Look closely at the macrostructure of a sprawling oak tree canopy, the airways of a human lung, the spiraling peaks of a Romanesco. Visually, their architecture is identical. They share this structure because they face a strict biological problem. Living organisms require massive amounts of surface area to effectively exchange gases and absorb nutrients, but they are trapped inside highly restricted physical spaces. To pack an incredibly large surface area into a confined volume, entirely different species, like humans and trees, evolved the exact same mathematical branching pattern. This shared geometry is a specific evolutionary adaptation designed to navigate the physics of biological efficiency. Living systems build these hyper-efficient structures through a biological mechanism called morphogenesis, the process that dictates the physical shape and structural growth of an organism. In plants, these repeating patterns are driven by recursive genetic instructions. The plant is essentially running a continuous loop of biological code. The Romanesco cauliflower provides a clear physical manifestation of this recursive programming in plain sight. Its growth relies on a genetic chain reaction. A single initial shoot is programmed to sprout a smaller shoot directly upon itself. Then the code loops. The DNA forces each new shoot to continuously grow smaller versions of itself, cascading into a dense mathematical spiral. Billions of years of DNA iteration have refined these recursive instructions, ensuring that every branch is perfectly positioned to maximize the organism's survival. The complexity of these shapes suggests a need for an architect, but the universe creates these exact same perfect fractals without any help from DNA or millions of years of evolution. Look at blind, non-living systems, like freezing water, atmospheric electrical currents, and the steady pull of gravity. If we zoom all the way down into the microscopic scale, we can watch the mindless formation of a single snowflake. Driven by the Mullins-Sekerka instability, expanding ice crystals naturally form microscopic surface bumps. Sticking out, they accumulate water vapor faster than flat areas. This rapid accumulation causes them to aggressively branch outward, sprouting their own secondary bumps to create a runaway geometric pattern. A highly organized structure forms through a blind physical instability. It requires zero genetic blueprints and serves no evolutionary purpose. This exact same physical dynamic expands far beyond the freezing of microscopic molecular instabilities in our cold clouds. The same mathematical rules govern the violent, instantaneous release of energy in our atmosphere. When intense electrical charge builds up, the atmosphere suddenly breaks down. The energy violently seeks the ground, creating chaotic, jagged branches of electrical plasma. That strike concludes in a fraction of a second. Now compare that instant release of energy to the agonizingly slow physical process of gravity acting on water over millennia. This high-contrast topographic image reveals a massive river delta. As water repeatedly flows downhill, carving through rock and soil, the sprawling network of tributaries it leaves behind deeply resembles the organic veins of a lung. These rivers and storms are completely dead. They have no desire to survive. Yet by simply flowing downward and following the absolute path of least resistance to effectively release pent-up energy, they naturally carve out the exact same structures as living organisms. Biology and physics are bridged here by a unifying scientific concept known as convergent morphogenesis. This concept describes how totally unconnected corners of the universe arrive at the exact same geometric shape when trying to solve the exact same spatial equation. Fractal geometry emerges as a recurring mathematical solution to the shared problem of space and energy. When a system, living or dead, must maximize its reach within a finite area, it inevitably follows these branching rules to achieve the highest possible efficiency. Whether it is a biological organism mutating to breathe, or a dead physical system dumping its energy, entirely different natural systems will always converge on these same mathematical patterns to function.